G'day guys, and welcome back to Aussie Outdoor Reviews. Today I'm going to be going over with you guys my Victorinox Hercules pocket knife. I bought this pocket knife because I saw it on sale actually. I'm not a big fan of pocket knives. I cut myself quite badly with one a while ago, and since then I've stayed to steer clear away and prefer a fixed blade knife with a sheath. But when I saw this one, they normally retail anywhere from $120 to $150 Australian. When I saw this one, I thought that maybe the game had changed a little bit. And the reason that I bought this knife was because, as you can see here, this is a locking mechanism. So when the blade is out, it's fixed in with this lock. So I cut myself quite badly a number of years ago, again with a Victorinox or Swiss Army knife blade. It wasn't fixed, and as it was closing, I managed to cut myself quite badly. But for Swiss Army knives, this is a bit of a mother. This is a bigger one. It has all sorts of different attachments that I'll go through with you now. Okay, so we have the main knife, which locks in position. Of course, we also have the standard tweezers, the standard toothpick. I always thought that you know, when you're spending $100 odd on a pocket knife, it should come with a couple more of those things, you know. They're dispensable. Corkscrew, which is really good, handy to use, and this knife is actually that big, it's big enough that you can grip it quite nicely, so you can really use it. On those smaller knives, they're not as long, so you don't get a good grip on the corkscrew. It also has a small pair of pliers, which has been quite handy. I've used them a lot more than what I thought I would have. A medium-sized Phillips head screw. The pair of scissors. These are sharp and handy to use. A can opener and small flathead screwdriver. Another flathead screwdriver and bottle opener. And a small Phillips head screwdriver. And this one is good because it has quite a long, the shaft, that's what she said. She's got a long shaft, so it can get right in there if you have a recessed screw or anything like that. And I have used this quite a bit. And the knife that I use the most is actually the saw. So the saw is super sharp. It's great when you're out camping, if you just need to knock off a couple of small branches. It can cut anything up to a couple of inches thick if you go at it long enough. Now I've been carrying this fairly religiously around. I must admit I normally would carry a Leatherman. The problem that I found with Leathermans is that they don't like the salt water all that much, and I just don't like the ergonomics of the pliers. So when you use the pliers and you're really reefing hard on them, you can injure yourself. It sounds stupid, right? But I folded that in the wrong way. But I actually burst a blood vessel or something or other in my hand here when I was reefing on the Leatherman. It's got a square edge. It can be quite nasty on your fingers when you're reefing on it. And although this doesn't have pliers that you could actually do that with, these are only small. They are quite comfortable, and you can put a fair amount of pressure on these without breaking them. I've used these for holding small nuts and things like that. Okay, so to retract the blade here, you just pull that down, and away she goes. Now, the one thing I have found with this is it is quite heavy. So if you're walking around with it in your pocket, you do notice it. If you're wearing shorts, you can't run with it in your pocket. But if you've got jeans, it's fine. I'm sure you can also get pouches. So if you do like to carry things on your belt, you could probably put it on a pouch in your belt there. I find I use it quite a lot just for little bits and pieces around. I always thought, you know, I don't really need to carry anything like that. But I was looking around on the internet, and you see lots of people with their everyday carry or EDC items, and people pretty much take more on their EDC than I take on a bloody backpacking trip. So I think this is a pretty good compromise. Sure, it's no good for self-defense, but really where I live, that's not a problem whatsoever. And of course, the only thing that you could really add to that to make it a sort of survival item would be a fire steel. And of course, you could just attach that to your car keys or whatever. If you're going to be going off into the wilderness, of course, you need to take more than a bloody Swiss Army knife with you anyway. But if you do need to take a Swiss Army knife, I would highly recommend taking this one. I think for the price point of $140, which I saw it this morning online, that's a good price, and I would buy this item again, and I would definitely recommend it to you guys. So if you're in the market for a Swiss Army knife, check out the Hercules. I think from what I can see of the Swiss Army knives, I wouldn't want to get one that's any bigger. And the ones that are smaller do have their place. But like I said, I like this one because it has the locking blade, and for me, that's a personal choice. That's quite important. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and I'll get some more videos up soon. Thanks fellas.